Second person voted out of Survivor Ghost Island. Jacob. That's 4. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch.
Okay, on the line, patching in the second boot from Survivor, Ghost Island, Ghost 1 himself, Jacob Derwin. Jacob, how you going, mate?
I'm doing okay.
I can only imagine, Jacob, and this is the thing, you're a super duper fan, and that's putting it mildly as well, so I don't know, it must be mixed emotions having played the game, going through it, and then I guess the anticipation of this day as well coming must have been a lot for you to process.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny because, it's an amazing experience. It's a crazy thing to be able to do something like this and have to wait this long and hold that secret for so long while so many of my fellow fans and podcasters and writers are preparing to make me their winner picks and stuff. I'm sitting over here just every draft pick was a little knife to the heart. And really, I appreciated it all so dearly, and I was so sad that I was gonna let so many people down.
Is that how you feel? Do you feel like you've let down a community of people, I guess, who relate to you, I guess, in a way, because you are someone who represents, I guess, a core group of people who listen to things like this, a podcast or write a blog or read a blog. Do you feel like you've let down people like that?
I feel like I was a lot of people's proxy this season. I feel like I was representing a whole factor of people who watch the show, who are sitting on their couch waiting for their shot, but feel like it's never going to come because they don't fit a certain archetype, because they don't have the muscles or whatever, and I really wanted to represent those people as well as I possibly could. I wanted to play hard. I wanted to play fast. I wanted to play well. And to go down the way I did so quickly with so few, emergency exit plans, there really was very little I could do. I tried everything I possibly could to get myself out of the situation I was in. So it bums me out, and I definitely feel a little sad about about letting all y'all down.
Can I ask you, where do you feel like your game began to unravel? We saw straight away almost that you felt like you were the odd man out. Where do you feel like it started to go wrong?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Look, frankly, it's funny reading all the pregame stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because people seemed pretty high on me in the pregame, and that's awesome. That's great. But I think what happens is they all saw me as this cartoon character, and suddenly realized, oh wait, he's real.
Yeah.
And we have to work with him, and we don't really want to work with him. Why would we?
Yeah.
Suddenly you make that step from before reality to in reality to in game, and it's a totally different thing. And day one, I'm talking to people, and it's the modern game of Survivor. People talk. People make alliances on day one, day two. People are figuring out who they like, who they don't like. I'm going around talking to people, and every single person says the same thing to me. They go, I don't really know who I'm thinking about yet. I don't know. Are you thinking anything? I haven't really thought about it too much, which is code for, it's you, Jacob. We're thinking about you.
Yeah.
So I just had to deal with it, and I had to start figuring out ways to protect myself, even if that meant kind of potentially blowing up everything.
So I guess thinking about those ideas and what you could do to save yourself, I guess a big curve comes to the game. We find out Survivor Ghost Island is going to have this twist. You find out at the immunity challenge that the winning tribe is going to get to send someone to Ghost Island. You know this. You lose the challenge. You come out and have said actively tried to bait the other tribe into sending you to Ghost Island. Can you talk around your logic around that whole situation?
It's kind of hilarious, isn't it? It's funny. Half the people who have watched it have been like, Jacob, you're full of it. You weren't trying to do anything. You're a moron. And the other half of people are like, you're a genius, and why did you keep going?
See, Jacob, I feel
so
like
funny.
I feel like I personally sit in the middle. I don't know, and it's so hard. And I've spoken to hundreds of survivors now, almost, and I've done a lot of these podcasts, and I've chatted to people about production. And I know how things are edited and how they're shown. So, was this your plan? Did you go in and think, okay, I am stuffed. If I go back to camp, I am dead man walking. I'm first one out. Do you say, okay, this is what I have to do?
Yeah, no, that's it. Honestly, the moment the challenge ended, I looked at my tribe, I looked down at the puzzle, I'm just like, it's game over. I don't have an idol. No one's talking to me. I'm dead. I'm dead in the water. I have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And so the moment I realized that someone was getting sent to Ghost Island, it was a real place. It was like an exile type thing. I knew that Navidi was going to send either me or Donathan, because we're the two weaker looking guys, and they're going to want to make our tribe vote out someone stronger. So my goal was, before they got the chance, put all the attention on me. Look at me. Look at me. Look how great I think I am. Look how great I think we are. Hey, guys, look over here. I was literally just like, he was the vocal equivalent of sticking my hands in the air and just waving them rapidly back and forth, and funny enough, it kind of worked. And I think Sebastian goes, hey, Jacob was talking smack. And my goal after that was, hey, it worked. Okay, I'll just make Navidi hate me. Maybe they'll keep sending me. And it worked the first time. Unfortunately, the plan didn't carry through to number 2, and that's a bummer.
Yeah, and I think that's the big question I had for you, Jacob, is once you had been sent to Ghost Island, you just said then you continue to go on and talk about, like, this was my plan, this is what I wanted them to do. Do you feel in hindsight that maybe you should have saved that for a confessional on Ghost Island to say afterwards and not in front of everyone, or did you just want to keep piling it on so they really just liked you?
Honestly, I was trying to do this kind of big look. It's a lot, and I definitely overthought it. And looking back, I probably should have kept my mouth shut. But the idea was purposeful. The idea was, I'm going to rub it in Navidi's face, and I'm going to come back, and they're going to see me at the next time we have to go to tribal, and they're going to see this pathetic dude who's rubbing it in their face, and they're going to say, just send him back. Leave him out of this. He doesn't get to play this game. I wanted them to just keep sending me as long as they could. But I guess they just decided that there was someone else that was more important to send the second time. It was on purpose, and it was not me forgetting that. Just making it very clear, it was not me forgetting that a confessional was a thing. I really wanted them to just see me as the obvious target every single time.
One of the, I guess, exciting things about your journey on Survivor was that you got to become Ghost 1. That's exciting because you get to go to Ghost Island. And I have to say, probably out of the people on the cast, you are almost the perfect person to be the first person to send to Ghost Island to explain the concept, your recognition of the immunity idol from China and other things like that. I do have like a geeky question for you. Was there anything that stood out that we didn't see on the show that you're like, wow, I can't believe they have this here?
It's funny because I know this game pretty well. I'm not so good that I know every single idol. Some people can do that. I've never been that good. The China idol was the one that I was like, whoa, cool. The other one that was kind of funny that was there was the Samoa idol. I think I found that, and Samoa idol's pretty famous for just looking kind of cool and serious and creepy and awesome. I liked that one a lot. And there were so many necklaces and, shoot, I'm forgetting where it's from now. Oh God, he's not a real fan. I will say,
Joe, Dora, I think you're fine.
Yeah, I will say, there were so many cool things, but the centerpiece is really what I spent the most time looking at. Because the idols are all cool. You look at them for a minute, you go, wow, this is awesome. But you sleep under those snuffers. That was the part that, oh God, that floored me, because I was looking at every single snuffer and being like, I think you're from this. I mean, the Thailand snuffer, the Survivor Thailand, the Golden Dragon snuffer. Yeah. Holy, I wish I could have pocketed that, dude. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. A lot of them are so cool because on the show you see them for 5 seconds. Yeah. You tribe spoken, done, time for you to go, and that's it. To actually spend some time with them and see how beautiful they are, that was really cool.
One of the really exciting things about Ghost Island, I think you did the right decision, was take the risk to lose your vote, to have a chance at getting, which eventually ended up being the legacy advantage. How cool, firstly, was it to get the legacy advantage? And the second part to that, why Morgan in particular that you chose to give that and hand that off to?
It was the least cool thing that possibly could have happened. Because you got to realize, at that point, I didn't really know that the urn was... I thought the urn was a choice. Yeah. I thought, so the way I saw it, so breaking an urn was a choice, playing the game was a choice, and then you actually had to pick a bamboo shoot. So I had to make all these gambles over and over again for God knows what. And what do I get? after risking all this, risking who knows what, risking my vote, I get an advantage that I can't even use. Like, forget getting to 13. It has no power unless I gift it to somebody.
Yep.
So that was infuriating. I was screaming about Sierra Dawn Thomas on the beach for 20 minutes. It was, oh my God, it was the worst. I gave it to Morgan because I was torn between her and Desiree.
Yeah.
Because I got really good vibes from Des. She'd been impressive so far, with just her composition, the way you'd seen her around challenges. She seemed cool. Got a good vibe from her in the pregame too and stuff like that. And I was between her and Morgan. And I ended up with Morgan because she seemed to be a little more under the radar. I was kind of looking for someone who had, I thought, pretty solid longevity in the game. Somebody who, like, when we got to a swap or a merge, they would still be there for sure. So I knew where the legacy advantage was. And Morgan seemed super athletic, super fit, super friendly, super happy. She had a funny moment in the beginning at the marooning where she was kind of bashful about the puzzle. Like, she had a lot of good moments and just good credibility in the first few moments of the game that I got to see her. And thought, you know what, here's someone who I think will stick around for a bit, and maybe I can make something with this.
Jacob, brilliant chatting to you today. I've got to let you go because you've got probably a 1,000 more of these to do. Just one last question before I do, though. What advice would you give to fellow superfans who might be heading out for a future season? We
are entering an era of Survivor where being a big fan, being a super fan, knowing this game inside and out is threatening. It's not endearing anymore like I thought it would be. It's not... and we can blame Adam Klein because he won with it. You know what I mean? Like, We have winners now who played with that kind of strategy and have been super successful and turned it into something scary to the point where Mactors can run the game potentially. So if you're a big fan of this game and you want to, like, save it all for the confessionals, man, like, honestly, like, play it down if you gotta, because when you get out there, because it did not help me.
Absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Jacob, and we'll chat again soon.
Thanks so much, man. Take care.
Jacob, the tribe has spoken.
Y'all are good.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.